also truncate the administration of the third tier of government in that state. But if you look at it, it will also scuttle development, like we have talked about positive fund. Yes, it's there, but if there is prudence or prudence, they can also use the fund available to build some maybe care centers. If you go to, I've been in those states. Some places also do not have six classroom for primary school and for secondary school. I want to talk about tertiary institution. But the chairmen are giving free hand to operate. They can also meet the need of the rural dwellers. And for me, police should not be playing in that way. But
this is coming after, in obedience to the court order of an Edo State High Court, some local government chairmen yesterday resumed work for duties and carried out various official assignments despite attempts in some councils by suspected thugs to prevent some chairmen from resuming. Traditional rulers in Umahia North local government area of Abia State have invoked death on kidnappers operating in any part of the local government. The monarch made the invocation at the prayer session where they poured libation, broke kola nuts and alligator peppers and made declarations against bandits operating in Umahia North. Led by Eze Innocent, the father proclaimed death upon any kidnapper terrorizing the indigenes of Umahia North. The traditional rulers also declared that the local government will witness a peaceful and protected atmosphere throughout the Christmas and New Year periods and beyond. Prayed for the safety of all indigenes of Umahia North. While the king, who invoked bees to sting out any kidnapper hiding in any bush in Umahia North, said the bandits would die or be apprehended live unless they stopped their evil activities. The Umahia North monarchs also prayed for God's protection and guidance upon the governor, Alex Oti, saying the present administration in Abia State has so far performed well in security and other areas of leadership. Anambra State Police Command says operatives have arrested a 38-year-old kidnapping and armed robbery suspect, Pablo Mamu, from Delta State, who had been operating at communities in Ihiala local government area of Anambra State. A statement on Thursday by the command spokesperson, Tochukwu Ikenga, said one locally made pistol, a live 9mm ammunition, 8 live cartridges and 1 black Lexus 330 Jeep with different number plates were recovered from the suspect. Ikenga said police operatives comprising the joint security team acted on credible information provided and busted the suspect in his abode, while commending the synergy between the security operatives and the vigilance of the public in providing accountable intelligence, and stressed the importance of continued collaboration to ensure the safety and security of all residents during and after the festive season. The command spokesman confirmed that one suspect was killed during a gun battle while others fled with gunshot wounds. 4 drug kingpins involved in the historic seizure of 2,139.55 kilograms of cocaine at an Ikorodu residential estate in 2022 have been sentenced by a federal high court in Lagos State. The convicts Soji Jubril Oke 71, Wasiu Akinde 55, Emmanuel Arinze Chuku 67, and Kelvin Christopher Smith 44, a Jamaican, were arrested by operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency in various locations across Lagos between Sunday night, September 18th, and Monday morning, September 19th, 2022. The arrests followed a raid at 6 Olukuola Crescent, Solebo Estate, Ikorodu, Lagos, where over 2.1 tons of cocaine were seized, and the recovery remains the largest single cocaine seizure in Nigeria's history. A statement on Thursday by the NDLEA spokesperson Femi Babafemi disclosed that Justice Yelim Bogoro sentenced the convict to a combined 28 years of imprisonment with hard labor. In another development, the NDLEA secured the final forfeiture of 2 properties linked to the drug cartel in a suit filed by Justice Bogoro on December 19, 2024, quoted the court as saying an order of final forfeiture and confiscation is granted in favor of the federal government of Nigeria for landed property, house number 6, Olokunola Street, Solebo Estate, Ikorodu, Lagos State, used for the storage and concealment of 2,139.55 kg of cocaine, an illicit substance, the court said. Raised a plank market at Pipeline Street in the Kotun area of Lagos. A statement by the Permanent Secretary of the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, Olufemi Damilola Oke Osinyutolu, said the inferno affected 4 shops only due to the efficient coordination of other responders at the scene, which curtailed the spread of fire to adjoining buildings. According to him, preliminary investigations could not ascertain the cause of the fire as at time of reporting the incident, and there was no loss of lives and no injuries were sustained as a result of the incident. This is coming after the report of another fire out day, which was ignited as a result of overheating of the generator. The fire was also curtailed and there was no loss of life at the incident. Governor Ademola Adeleke has pardoned and released 53 convicts serving various convictions within the Nigerian Correctional Service. A statement by Olawale Rashid, Governor Adeleke's spokesperson, on Thursday said it is in line with the recommendations of the State Advisory Council on Prerogative of Mercy. The letter of commutation dated December 24, 2024, which has since been received and acknowledged by the relevant prison authorities, said the inmates were convicted to various terms of imprisonment and have spent a minimum of 10 years in custody or convicted to death. The statement also said Senator Ademola Jackson Adeleke, the governor of Osun State of Nigeria, in exercise of the power conferred on him by paragraph A, C, and D of subsection I of section 212 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, is pleased to extend my grace and mercy unto the said inmates. Nigerian Navy Forward Operating Base Igbokoda has intercepted a boat carrying approximately 100,000 liters of stolen crude oil at the Idiogba Mahin coastline, Ileja local government area of Ondo State. The commanding officer of the base, Captain Aliyu Osman, who disclosed this on Thursday during an assessment visit to the site, said the naval team acted on credible intelligence and swiftly deployed its quick response team. He said the team intercepted the wooden boat loaded with stolen crude oil along with items used for bunkering activities such as discharge hoses and pumping machines, alongside associated accessories such as discharge hoses and pumping machines. He also said residents of the community were subsequently sensitized on the dangers and implications of hosting illegal bunkering activity, while highlighting potential threats to their security and environment. Analyst has lauded President Tinubu's political will to make reforms and ensure Nigerians enjoy the dividends of democracy in Nigeria. Speaking on Atlantic Television Network program Atlantic Blowout, public policy analyst Ambassador Ekie said the removal of fuel subsidy by President Bola Tinubu depicts his leadership strength to deliver dividends to the people.
Are these vehicles packed? The essence of it was for it to alleviate the pains of Nigerian workers. Is that correct? So why is the Labour parking that vehicle? Is it that the vehicles are not good? So you come and tell us, because we watched on television, right, that Labour, NANS and some groups were giving these vehicles. Okay. So I feel that some stakeholders are hiding the progress of this government. And I think it's condemnable. I'm saying from experience, not that somebody told me. Okay. I went to the Labour house and I saw
He alleged that some stakeholders are crippling the efforts made by President Tinubu to better the country.
To see it translate, or manifest in actions. Okay. Because we may not really understand the rhetorics, because we are not lawmakers. We are not very inside government, even though we are a democratic nation. But they who are in the government, when I mean in the government is for us. Democracy is government of the people, by the people, and for the people. So for now, the government is for us. So the people who are in the government, the drivers of the government, will tell us more better. But I believe that with all fairness, Mr. President in this 2024 has shown leadership strength. What is that leadership strength? That leadership strength has to do with the will, the political will that Nigerians has been crying that we do not have leaders that have political will to take some economic decisions and some political.
This is coming after the lawmaker representing Ileja Edo Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives, Honorable Donald Ojogo, commended the economic reforms of President Bola Tinubu, describing them as difficult steps but very necessary for Nigeria to prosper. Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun has appointed Oluwatonyi Taiwo as his Chief of Staff, and prior to this appointment, Taiwo was the Deputy Chief of Staff to the Governor. A statement signed by the Governor's Special Advisor on Media and Strategy, Kayode Akimade, said Taiwo had served as Commissioner for Culture and Tourism during Abiodun's first term and was subsequently elevated to the position of Olowo University, Ile-Ife, where he obtained a BSc in Statistics before pursuing further degrees up to PhD. About 11 people were killed on Christmas Day when some suspected herdsmen invaded the Ituyus, Tes Azige and Inyeya communities in Mokomon district, the Kwanda local government area of Benue State. According to residents of the affected communities, the invaders stormed the communities when residents were celebrating the Christmas season and allegedly killed and burned houses. When contacted on Thursday, the President General of the Tiv socio-cultural group known as Madzo U Tiv Worldwide Lobby Iga confirmed the attack, that the people were celebrating Christmas when the Fulani herdsmen invaded the communities and attacked the people. He called on Governor Hyacinth Alie and President Bola Tinubu to beef up security in the state. Also, the Governor's Security Advisor on Internal Affairs and Security, Joseph Ha, confirmed the attack but declined further comments, while the spokesman, Benue State Police Command, Catherine Anene, said she is yet to receive any reports about the incident. Residents of the Federal Capital Territory have joined other people around the world to Christmas. Many residents who expressed their feelings said it is a day of joy, love and sharing to reciprocate the love that God bestowed on mankind, who sent his only Son, Jesus Christ, to come and save the world. To mark this year Christmas, many families and loved ones took out time to celebrate Christmas with lots of fun despite the economic hardship in the country. Atlantic Global News gatherer the fun fair of activities around Abuja.
Having fun allows us the opportunity to connect and create bonds with family and others. doing enjoyable activities, making us create unforgettable memories.
So we came out to spend time. It's a season of love for everyone. So we are not supposed to lock ourselves inside. We are supposed to come and enjoy with other people, have friends, new friends, and make the Christmas lively for us.
Christmas, like we all know, it's really the Christians celebrating the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ. It's a season of love. You share, you give the little you have, you share love, you show love to the less privileged, those that are not opportuned.
It's a season of love, a season of being with your family, your loved ones, and your friends that you have not seen for a long time. So, with the little rest based on our businesses and work at large, so this is a time for you to take a break and stay with your family, your kids mostly, and play with them and take them out like this and make them happy.
In spite of the socio-economic challenges in the country, families still took out time to have fun with their loved ones. Many who spoke with Atlantic Global News shared how important it is to take out time to make their children happy.
It's a very beautiful park. I'm that type of person that if I go to park, I will just allow my children to just play. But you can see I'm just coming from my own too. I enjoy the game. And I think it's a very good place.
My experience here, I think if I'm not mistaken, this should be my third time of being in this park, and I always here with my kids. The park is trying their best, and the area is neat for the children to stay, so they have a good environment. I think so far I enjoy staying here with my family. Like can check like you see children tripping in just to make themselves happy.
Well, you know, as a mother, when you see your child happy, you're automatically happy, you're fulfilled because the child is happy. So bringing them here today to celebrate Christmas, to meet other children, to interact with other persons, I think it's a thing of joy. So me seeing them here today, playful, cheerful, I'm overwhelmed, I'm happy, I'm happy.
Children at the park shared their experience on how happy they were celebrating Christmas, hoping to enjoy more fun in this holiday season.
The horse ride was fun. I enjoyed it. Merry Christmas, mommy and daddy.
What I loved about this one is about the fun. It's a fun place to be. Like I've been to the bumper cars, been here, I've been here too. Yeah, very exciting. I'm glad to be here. It's scary and fun at the same time. So,
Have you been to the pirate ship?
yes.
How was it?
Fun.
Fun and scary? Would you like to go again?
And it was so fun. At first, I was scared. Then it was like so fun.
Okay.
I had a lot of experience. I thought I got shot. I thought it was going to be painful, but it was not. Merry Christmas to mommy and daddy. I love them so much.
My experience has been amazing. Everything is so fun. There are plenty things to do. Mommy, thank you and Merry Christmas.
Rotimi Adewoyi, ATN News, Abuja.
Nigerian Air Force airstrikes against Lakwara terrorists has marred Christmas celebrations in Sokoto State, and the development has mistakenly hit two communities in Salem local government area of the state, killing several residents. Eyewitnesses' account said the accidental bombing in Sokoto claimed the lives of at least 10 villagers and left several others wounded. And the affected communities are Gidan Sama and Rutua, are located near the Sorem Forest, a known hideout for the Lokwara sect and bandits. A resident of Salem, Malam Yahaya, said the airstrike occurred around 7 a.m. on Christmas Day, disrupting what should have been a peaceful holiday, adding that no fewer than 10 villagers were killed, with several others sustaining varying degrees of injuries during the airstrike aimed at the terrorists. While the chairman of Salem local government area, Abubakar Draftarana, confirmed the attack and expressed shock at the devastation, the spokesman of the Sokoto State Police Command, ASP Ahmed Raphael, declined comments on the matter, saying it was not their operation. On its part, the Nigerian Air Force promised to investigate the fallout of the airstrike. On its part, the Borno reportedly resulted in the death of 10 people in Rutuwa and Gidasama communities of Sokoto State. This is coming after the villages located near Lesanam Forest, a known hideout for the Lakwara terrorist group, suffered significant losses in the airstrike. In a post on X, Atiku described the airstrike as an outrage that should be condemned in the strongest terms and questioned the lessons learned from past tragedies, referencing the December 3rd, 2023 airstrike on a religious gathering at Tudun Biri near Kaduna, which claimed the lives of many innocent people. Atiku emphasized the necessity for precision and reliable intelligence in targeting terrorists, stating that the indiscriminate killing of innocent citizens can never be justified, and called for an end to the tragic cycle of death and urged the government to learn from previous mistakes. The PDP chieftain extended his condolences to the grieving families and the people of Sokoto, saying, "May the souls of the departed rest in eternal peace." Kano State chapter of the All Progressive Congress has dismissed claims by former Kano State Governor Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso that he would significantly reduce the APC's vote in the state during the 2027 elections. A statement on Thursday, the state APC chairman Abdullahi Abbas described Kwankwaso's assertion as laughable and called on him to focus on reclaiming his membership in the New Nigeria People's Party, from which he was reportedly ousted. Abbas branded Kwankwaso a political refugee, accusing him of latching into the state governor Abba Yusuf in a desperate bid to remain relevant in Nigerian politics. The APC chairman alleged that the NNPP performance in the 2023 election was largely due to manipulated votes, vowing that such tactics would not be tolerated in future elections. Abbas assured Kano residents that the APC was poised to reclaim the state in 2027 and liberate the people from Kwankwaso's undue influence, which he said emanates from his castle on Miller Road. The APC statement was a response to Kwankwaso's remark during a meeting with stakeholders from Tanswaya local government area at his residence in Kano, where Kwankwaso claimed that his team's effort during the 2023 election sidelined the People's Democratic Party, leaving it with just 15,000 votes in Kano. Troops arrest 20 suspects. Troops of Operation Safe Haven have arrested 20 suspects in connection with the killings in Tingwa Gidan Ado community of Riyom local government area of Plateau State. The commander, Major General Abdusalam Abubakar, who disclosed this at the Christmas luncheon organized for troops of OPSH and 3rd Division of the Nigerian Army on Thursday, on December 22nd, attacked the community and killed 15 persons. Abdusalam, who is also the General Officer commanding 3rd Division, said the troops had also recovered a large cache of arms and ammunition and thanked troops of OPSH and 3rd Division for the peace currently being enjoyed in the state and charged them to remain disciplined, loyal, vigilant, and professional. Abdusalam thanked General Chris, the Chief of Army Staff, COAS, for their leadership and strategic guidance, which has helped troops to record numerous operational successes using both kinetic and non-kinetic measures. 6 people lost their lives and 15 others sustained injuries in a late-night fatal car crash along the Jajere Potiskum Road in Yobe State. The accident occurred around 8 p.m. when traders were traveling to Jajere in Fun local government area after closing from Potiskum Wednesday. Were taken to the Yobe State University Teaching Hospital in Damaturu for treatment, while those with minor injuries are receiving care at the Potiskum Specialist Hospital. Short break, please stay with us. Thank you so much for staying with us. This is Atlantic Television Network Transition. Now the rest of our stories. Vice President Kashim Shettima has expressed optimism about Nigeria's future, reaffirming the commitment of the federal government to national security, economic transformation and well-being of all citizens. In a Christmas message, Shettima assured Nigerians that the administration of President Bola Tinubu is resolute in its efforts to tackle critical issues such as security and economic economic transformation and enhance the security and welfare of every citizen. Highlighting Nigerians' diversity as a strength, the Vice President called on Nigerians to use the festive period to strengthen unity across all regions and faiths, fostering a spirit of togetherness, stressing that the holiday season offers perfect opportunity to strengthen the bonds of brotherhood that unite the people. Shettima also assured Nigerians of the continued vigilance of the nation's security forces, stressing that security personnel would remain on high alert during the holiday period to ensure safety, adding that the renewed Hope administration is rolling out various initiatives to empower Nigerians and to enable them thrive and contribute to Nigeria's growth. Federal government has refuted allegations by Niger Republic's military leader, General Abdurrahman Tachani, claiming that Nigeria colluded with France to destabilize his country. A statement issued on Thursday by the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, the government described Tachani's accusation as unfounded and a divisionary tactic aimed at covering his administration's failures, adding that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in his capacity as chairman of ECOWAS, has maintained an open-door policy towards re-engaging Niger despite the military coup that disrupted democratic governance in the country, stressing that Nigeria remains committed to fostering peace, harmony, and maintaining its historic diplomatic ties with Niger. The government further highlighted the active role of Nigeria's armed forces in curbing terrorism within the region through collaborations with the multinational joint task force, and dismissed as absurd suggestions that Nigeria would conspire to undermine the peace and security of its neighbor. The statement specifically denied allegations that Nigeria had ceded parts of its territories to foreign powers or established terrorist bases in Sokoto State in collaboration with France, adding that claims about the establishment of a so-called Lakwara terrorist headquarters in Sokoto State are baseless and promise to ensure stability in the Lake Chad Basin and beyond. 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi has tasked the federal government to empower inmates across the country with skill acquisition programs, adding that the move will greatly rehabilitate inmates and contribute productivity to societal development. According to a post on his X handle on Thursday, after visiting the Nigerian Correctional Center in Onitsha on Wednesday, Obi said empowering the inmates with skills will also prepare them to live more positive lives and contribute productively to societal development. He commended the National Open University of Nigeria for establishing a study center in the correctional facility, and as one who believes deeply in human development through education as a critical tool for national development. And now to some business reports. Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has introduced the Petroleum Monitoring Command Center to track oil and gas production, describing it as a transformative step in hydrocarbon operations. The initiative, according to a statement, is driven by NNPC Upstream Investment Management Services towards building on the success of the Command and Control Center to enhance monitoring, operational efficiency, and production within sector. A statement by the NNPC Chief Corporate Communications Officer Olufemi Soneye said the PMCC aligns with President Bola Tinubu's policy to increase efficiency and boost production in the industry, adding that the PMCC serves as a unified platform for monitoring hydrocarbon molecules from production to export terminals, covering joint ventures and production sharing contracts, as well as ensure timely identification of anomalies, minimizes unplanned disruptions, and supports seamless operational continuity. Sonaya said the PMCC empowers stakeholders with actionable insights for proactive decision-making, stressing that the capacity enhances planning, resource allocation, and risk management, enabling operators to meet production targets efficiently and maintain high operational standards, stressing that it promotes collaboration among stakeholders by providing a secure platform for the communication, fostering effective problem solving and continuous improvement across the sector. He also said under Mele Kari's leadership, NNPC Limited has achieved a production increase to 1.8 million barrels per day and is working towards a target of 2 million BPD, stressing that the PMCC is an integral to achieving this goal by driving efficiency and enhancing production capabilities. World Bank has ordered the removal of several loan fees to make borrowing more affordable for vulnerable countries. The move is part of broader efforts to expand financial capacity and address urgent global challenges, change, inequality, and economic fragility. The Global Bank disclosed this through a link posted on its official X handle, and a click on the link revealed that the bank had eliminated the prepayment premium on the International Bank for Reconstruction and Development loans, introduced a grace period for commitment fees on and extended its lowest pricing to small, vulnerable states. The fee eliminations are part of World Bank broader financial reforms, which aim to increase lending capacity by $150 billion over the next decade. This has been achieved through innovative financial instruments, leveraging stakeholder support and optimizing available capital. The bank assured that those measures would not compromise its AAA credit rating. The global lender said the changes are critical for addressing the trillions of dollars needed annually to combat climate change, support fragile states, and promptly inclusion, and also acknowledge that governments and multilateral institutions alone cannot meet these financial demands. The bank also highlighted the development of innovative financial tools to attract private sector investments. Bonds, catastrophe bonds, and climate-resilient debt clauses, which offer borrowers flexible terms during National Bureau of Statistics has disclosed that African investors, excluding those from Nigeria, contributed a notable $285.11 million in foreign capital to Nigeria in the third quarter of 2024. This distribution accounted for 22.76% of the total foreign capital inflow into the country, highlighting the significant role played by African nations in the capital importation landscape. And the analysis of the latest capital importation report of the NBS said a decline in Africans' overall contribution was compared to the second quarter of 2024 and the same period. The NBS data indicated that the total capital contribution from Africa in quarter 3 2024 amounted to $285.11 million, a 43.73% decline compared to quarter 2 2024, which recorded $8 million. On a year-on-year basis, Africans' contribution also fell by 16% from $342.55 million in third quarter of 2023. The key African contributors in quarter 3 2024 were Mauritius, the Republic of South Africa, Ghana, and Morocco. And the Republic of South Africa contributed $185.03 million in quarter 3 of 2024, representing a substantial year-on-year growth of 59.02% compared to 116.37 in quarter 3 of 2023. In contrast to the declining trends from other African countries, foreign capital inflow from Nigerian investors showed significant growth, and the country $0.84 million to its foreign capital inflows in Q3 of 2024, reflecting a remarkable increase of 261.33% year-on-year from $3 million in 2023. In contrast, Europe and North America have shown steady performance as major foreign capital sources in Nigeria. Ministry of Power plans to allocate a significant portion of its 1.2 trillion naira 2025 budget towards financing a range of multilateral and bilateral loan projects to enhance electricity generation and distribution nationwide. It allotted 810 billion naira to fulfill its funding of the 1.74 billion power for communities across the country, ensuring a more sustainable system for the future. It also proposed a sum of 269.74 billion naira for special 47.35 billion naira for the construction of transformers and substations and 36.82 billion naira as counterpart funding for earmarked transmission lines and substations projects, while Nigeria has been battling epileptic power supply affecting the productivity of small businesses and manufacturers. This challenge is exacerbated by the frequent collapse of the national priority project under the Transmission Company of Nigeria, 36 billion naira for the distribution intervention for transformers, cabling and pooling replacement across the 6 geopolitical zones, and 150 billion naira for the funding of the Presidential Power Initiative. Similarly, 24 billion naira was earmarked for the provision of mini-grids in federal and state polytechnics nationwide, and emergency intervention for infrastructure distribution will go up 10 billion naira, while the provision of solar streetlights at major highways nationwide will get a funding of 24.7 billion naira. Now to some international tidbits. Palestinian media affiliated with militant groups says 5 of its journalists were killed Thursday in an Israeli strike on their vehicle in Gaza, with Israel's military saying it had targeted a terrorist cell. A missile hit the journalists' broadcast said the organization was devastated by the report that 5 journalists and media workers were killed inside their broadcasting vehicle by an Israeli strike. The Palestinian Journalists Syndicate said last week that more than 190 journalists had been killed and at least 400 injured since the start of the war in Gaza, while military's retaliatory military campaign has killed at least 45,399 people in Gaza, a majority of them civilians. Over 33 persons are feared dead following unrest at the maximum security prison in Mozambican capital Maputo. Dozens of people were killed as a result of the prison riot on Christmas Day, and the riot resulted to the death of 33 people while 15 others were injured. Bernardino Raquel, the country's police general commander, said about 1,530 people escaped from the prison, while 150 of them had now been recaptured, stressing that the country is going through escalating civil unrest linked to October's disputed election. The police chief blamed protests outside the prison for encouraging the riots. On his own, Justice Minister Helena Kida said the riots were started inside the jail and had nothing to do with protests outside. Marking the holy year of the Catholic Church, Pope Francis opened the holy door at a prison in Rome on Thursday, offering a message of hope and forgiveness to inmates. The opening of a holy door in a prison is a symbolic gesture. The Pope is known for advocating for the forgiveness of convicted criminals and their reintegration into society. Arriving in a wheelchair, Francis paused for a moment of silence before rising with the help of a walking stick and approached the prison gate, knocked several times, and helpers raised it from the inside. The pontiff then crossed the threshold of the massive doorway, symbolizing the passage into grace and reconciliation, and in spite of appearing fatigued in recent pictures appearances, the Pope seemed to be at ease during the prison visit, speaking informally and without prepared remarks to inmates and staff. After the service, he engaged personally with several attendees. The event followed his opening of the Holy Year 2025 on Christmas Eve by ceremonially unsealing the Holy Door at St. Peter's Basilica, while the Catholic Church celebrates a jubilee every 25 years, during which believers who pass through the Holy Doors after penance and communion are granted indulgences or remission of sins. This marks the 5th time in the church's history that the Holy Door had been opened in a prison, according to the news portal Vatican News. Now to some sports news. Confederation of African Football has appointed Moroccan official Hamza El Farik as central referee for the second leg of the 2024 African Nations Championship qualifier between Nigeria and Ghana. El Farik will be assisted by his compatriot Abdisamad Abeton, first assistant Zakaria Bochotau, second assistant, and Hicham Temasamani, fourth official. Prince Kai Sukui from Sierra Leone will be the commissioner, while Miboti Moise from the Democratic Republic of Congo will be in the role of referee assessor. The encounter will hold at the Godswill Okpabio International Stadium, Uyo, on Saturday, while the first leg of the final qualifying ended in a 0-0 draw, and the overall winners will advance to the CHAN 2024. Now to entertainment. Famous Canadian rapper Drake has relished his career success. The 38-year-old recalled getting inspired by some of his colleagues, adding that he has now hit an impeccable peak in his career. Drake gained recognition for his role as Jimmy Brooks in the drama series Degrassi, The Next Generation, after he began his music career in 2006 with the release of his debut mixtape Room for Improvement. Since then, Drake has established a reputation as one of the best-selling artists in the world and the best-selling rapper of all time. And that's the size of the package. Thank you so much for joining us. I am Otaria Benjamin. Remember, you can follow us on all our ATN social media platforms. On Twitter, we're on Atlantic TV Network. On Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network. On Instagram, Atlantic TV Network. Peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Please stay with us. Up next is Society Watch.